This should be very interesting. Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're going to be talking about the new ESEE handles. So ESEE knives, you probably know them quite well. They make excellent outdoor knives, survival knives, hunting knives, and they've just put out some new 3D contoured handles. And what we have here is my original ESEE 5, and then this is the new ESEE 5 with the new handles. So we'll talk about them in the studio here, and then we'll take them out into the woods and use them. I will let you know I've already done a bunch of work with both these knives just to compare and contrast them. You will also see they have the CR 2.5 here. This is my setup from Black Bear Custom Kydex with the clear Kydex. Just a really cool system that he built for me. All right, so let's jump right into it. So first thing I'll tell you is that I have looked at the actual steel on the knives as far as your blade shape, your jimping, what your pommel looks like. Everything looks pretty much exactly the same other than the handles. So I'm showing you the two knives side by side right here, and you can probably tell, yeah, they look like the same thing. So even when you look at them from the top here, let me stand this one up as well. I mean, you're looking at pretty much the exact same thing. All that to say that they basically, take the steel of the knife, cut it in the same shape that they've been doing for a long time with the ESEE 5, but the difference is the actual handles. So looking at the handles here, the bottom one is the original, and you can see it's much blockier than the new 3D contoured one. This one does have the bow drill divot on this side. It doesn't have it on the opposite side. And this one over here has no bow drill divot. You can see as you look at the end here, you do have this kind of contour where it cuts in and then swells back out, cuts in, swells back out. And then here with your finger guard, pretty much the same thing. So the main difference, I mean, you can kind of see just because of the I don't want to say it's checkering, but you can see the texture here. This handle is shaped differently than this when you look at it vertically. So that's what it looks like when you're looking down at them. This one is much more, this is much more kind of a rectangular feel, that you've got the handle straight across the top and then down. It's just blockier. It's very blocky. This one is much more contoured. And when you turn them like this, you can basically see the original is basically up, over, and straight down, whereas this one is much more contoured. So for this one, it kind of tapers in here, swells out, comes down, and then swells out just a little bit more at the end. Now it is G10 for both of the handles. What I can tell you is that this one, because of kind of these ridges within it that you can see, you're probably going to get better grip when you grab a hold of it just because it can lock into your hand. It reminds me a little bit of like Spyderco has their multi-directional grip where you've got basically some things pointing this way, some things pointing this way on the handle, and when you grab a hold of it, it just really locks in nicely. We're about to head outside here. I want to show you the sheath real quick. It is Kydex. It does have that sliding lock system. It does have this piece of cordage on the bottom. And then on the back, you can see that we've got this plastic attachment. It's definitely heavy duty plastic. And then you've got your clip here. So you're going to put that over your belt. But very similar to the original ESEE 5 sheath that comes with this one right here. And again, you saw I had a custom sheath made for mine I just wanted to spice it up a little bit and take it to the next level. Let me just roll in some quick footage here so you can see them up close and personal, and we'll get some footage of these outside as well. But like I said, they're both ESEE 5s. The difference is the handles. You may have heard that ESEE is going to be putting out some knives with a new steel. They're looking at S35VN. And also they have an entirely new design that's going to be coming out as well. I don't know anything about that at this point, but when I know something, I'll share that with you guys. But the ESEE 5 is a big, beefy, strong knife. Between the 5 and the 6, I actually prefer the 6, but the 5 is still a really great knife. All right, guys, so as far as durability and the overall, build of the knife, like I said, same thing between both knives other than the handles. So let's do a little bit of carving and cutting here and see what we think about the new handles. I've done a bunch off camera, but I want to show you on camera as well here. One of the things about the ESEE 5 is just because of the thickness, it's not gonna slice like some other ESEE knives. This is some dried out maple here. My general experience thus far with these two knives, well, let me talk about this one in particular with the new 3D handles. My general experience has been this is the most comfortable position. Even though you got your thumb on top of the jimping, this remains the most comfortable way to hold this knife for me. All right, so obviously it can do the work. Let's compare it to the original SE5 handles now. Same piece of wood, just flipped it around to the other side. Yeah, it is a little interesting. As soon as I pick this up, right in the crease where my hand is going to wrap around, I could definitely feel a little bit more discomfort. It's not terrible by any means, but I would say the 3D contour, I can feel the difference immediately. Let me put this one down for a second. Grab this. Yeah, I can definitely less. It's not, like I said, it's not terrible with the original 5, but less digging into the hand, right on the crease there. I don't know if this is way more rounded. Yeah, it looks like it's, because it's contoured, definitely more comfortable for this this type of grip. So I'll try this one more time with my thumb up on top with the jimping. And let me switch back to the other one. All right, now with my thumb up top on this one. Yeah, I would say based on where my hand falls for the grip, when I've got my thumb on top with the jimping there, feels very similar between the two. Not a whole lot of difference in how it feels. And obviously this one will do the job as well for some feather sticking. All right, so this is a tree that I cut down not too long ago. This is just the stump left over, so even though that's got some green branches here, this is, for all practical purposes, I'm not really using this tree for anything, and it's, like I said, it's just a stump. So anyhow, let's do some chopping. I'm going to do it without a lanyard for both of these, just because with the lanyard, your hand flies a little bit more freely as you're chopping. So I really want to try to keep a grip on this and see what it feels like to chop. So this is the 6 with the 3D handles. For both these knives, I would definitely use a lanyard so I can get more of that momentum. But trying some different grips. Here's a normal kind of hammer style grip. And then choking back here, so there's kind of a bump here, and then it drops down in, the swell drops down, so I'm going to hold it like this now. You got to be careful there, because if you swing too hard, it's going to fly out. So yeah, I mean, like I said, a win would be a lanyard, but as far as the handle grip, all right, so that's the 3D. Let's try the original. I'm gonna move to the side here, just so I'm cutting into some of the outer wood again. Yeah, I can definitely say, again, not terrible, but this edge, if it was more rounded, more contoured, it would feel better in my hand. I'm going to choke back here to this lower section now. Now for me, back here on this lower section, it's actually, I feel like I have better grip on this one than with the contoured one. Not a huge difference, but I would say this one wins when you're choked way back there on the handle. Yeah, as I'm holding this and I'm chopping, I want to let my hand a little bit looser so it's not gripping so tight, just because of the slight discomfort there on that where it comes from the side up over the top. A little bit less with the 3D one, but obviously both chop big beefy knives. All right, so I just have a stick that I batoned for another video, just to do some slicing here like this. Trying to really hold it right on that, right with the palm swell right in my palm, so I have the most accurate grip or experience of the grip. kind of interesting because with the SE5, just based on the chunkiness of the blade and the profile, it's not going to cut like an RB3. It's just a bigger, heftier blade. But this thing is with the new palm swell, I can definitely, I mean, I'll report it at the end, but I can tell you I can feel a difference for sure when I'm doing various cuts on this piece of wood and what I've done with the other testing so far. I got the original SE5 here. There's a big knot on this end of the wood, so I'm going to try to just cut from basically like this section down and avoid the knot, just because I feel like that's the most fair test. Yeah, I can tell you something that's interesting. I feel like with this one, I've got with these types of cuts, I got the most control with the blockier handle. That's just how it feels to me. This doesn't feel particularly uncomfortable, even with that kind of sort of rounded but up and then squared off on the top. But as far as what it feels like in hand for this type of cut, I feel I got the best control with the original SE5. All right, let's wrap up here talking about the original SE5 compared to the new SE5 with the 3D handles. So one thing I'll say is that when I test products, whether it's a flashlight, a machete, a knife, backpacks, whatever it is, as I'm using the product, I'm usually getting a sense, okay, I like these features, I don't like these features. Overall, do I like it, do I not like it? With these knives, it's kind of interesting because I love ESEE knives. I'm a huge fan, no holds barred on that. When it comes to the handles, let me flip these over so I don't stab myself. When it comes to the handles, it depends on the application for me. So with most of the carving, I found that the 3D handles were generally more comfortable. When I was doing that chopping, I was finding I had a better grip with the blockier handles, even though they felt a little bit uncomfortable. Bottom line, I would say for both is that the handles are, I've always talked about ESEE handles, Ontario Knife Company handles, the kind of blocky handles, neutral handles. I've always liked those. I like the design of this with the finger guard. I like it blocky. I like that this still has the finger guard. I do like the 3D contours. My biggest comment overall would be I'll take an RB3 or an SE6 over an SE5 because of the blade profile. Still a good knife, does the job, but I just like the profile on the SE6 and the RB3 more than the SE5. Now that being said, do I recommend the 3D handles? Yeah, I definitely recommend them. Now I didn't show it on camera, but when you put gloves on, it's kind of a break even, I find. Even like a pair of mechanics gloves, smaller leather gloves, you know, not a huge winter glove, but even with a glove that's not as thick, like a winter glove would be, it's kind of a break even. They don't feel that much different to me. When you take the gloves off though, I mean, you're getting your hand to wrap around the handle and really lock in to the contours of your palm and yeah, just your hand overall with the new 3D contoured ones. With this one, you're still getting a really good grip. It's just, like I said, chunkier, blockier. If you're gonna be doing a lot of aggressive cuts, chopping, you know, really strong push cuts, things like that, then maybe the SE5, the original blocky handles are the one for you. If you're gonna be doing aggressive work, but also maybe some more detail work, some more slicing and cutting that requires a little bit more nuance, then I think the 3D handles will impress you and you'll like them a lot. So ESEE sent me this one for review. I already owned this one. This one's going out to the West Coast, to Northwest Primate, who's on Instagram. He's on YouTube as well, but very, very popular on Instagram, and he's gonna be testing this one out. What I'm excited to do is to hear his thoughts on this, and then I really wanna get a hold of the SE6 with these new 3D contoured handles, because the SE6 is my jam. I really love that knife. If you saw my top 5 survival knife video, top 5 survival knives video, the SE6 was in there. The Hungless is my favorite overall of any survival knife ever, but the 6 is a great knife as well. So I look forward to testing out these new contoured handles on the new SE6. But overall, I mean, yeah, like I said, if you're gonna be doing super aggressive cuts, lots of aggressive chopping, like, you know, with the SE5, I'd probably recommend the blockier handles. You're doing some of that, but you're going to be doing more work, then maybe you want to check out, then I probably recommend actually these 3D handles. With this, I have it paired on a system like I showed you before that has the CR 2.5, so I can do tiny cuts with that and big chopping cuts with this, and it works nicely to have that combination. All right, there you have it, guys. You've seen the knives, we talked about them. Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.